Hello. Welcome back to my channel. I went on my very first solo trip and I documented the whole thing. So if you haven't seen it already, go check out this series right here. This was by far the worst trip I have ever been on. I know from the videos it may seem like, what? Are you serious? Like, it looks like you had so much fun. Yeah, It looks like I had so much fun because I only showed y'all the good parts. I had a few scenes where I was crying. Yes, I am crying.
I just want to go home.
I love to travel, so this is really big for me to say that this is by far the worst trip I've ever been on. I wanted to find a way to make some money and still be able to travel abroad, travel wherever I wanted, work from home, be flexible, be my own entrepreneur. That's when I decided to take a TEFL course in Costa Rica. I go more into this on how I found everything, how I found my teacher, how I found the program. In this video right here, I give a more detailed explanation of how I got into it. So if you don't know, go look at this video first and then come back here. After doing my research, finding the program, whatever, I was so excited because this is my very first solo trip ever. I've never been on a solo trip in my life. First, I've never been to Costa Rica. Two, I've never been anywhere without someone with me. So it was a scary experience. After the first week I was there, everything went to hell. I don't even know where to start. It was 5 of us. We met each other. We had a great vibe. They were all super nice at the time. We went to class together. We studied together. We did lesson planning together. We went out for lunch. Everything was good until one of the girls decided that they didn't like the program, which is perfectly okay. I completely understand why. She just didn't like the way the program was. So she dropped out the day before I had to teach a class. Okay, so I had to teach a class all on my own. I was so nervous, but I didn't hold it against her. We still stayed friends, we still hung out and stuff, but one person left, okay? One of the girls left. All right, cool. The next day, another lady drops out. She left for personal reasons. She just thought she wasn't a good teacher. Whatever. So it was only 3 of us. It was a little sad because we have this whole group. It's supposed to be a group of us so we can do different activities in class and stuff. And now it's just down to 3 people. It was kind of a bummer, but I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm still here to learn. We're gonna make the best of it. All of us were in a group chat. Even when the other girls left, we still stayed in the group chat. We were still hanging out. All was good. We were still okay. Even though they dropped out of the program, we didn't really care. We were still, you know, vibing. Me and the girls in the group, we decided that we wanted to go out. We wanted to go out to eat. And we didn't invite the guy because we didn't want to invite him. That night, the guy hits us up in the group chat and he's like, do you want to hang out? What are we gonna do? We already told him, oh no, we're doing something. We don't want to hang out. If y'all watch the vlogs, you can see that all 5 of us were hanging out. We were cool, but we just wanted a girls' night. We didn't want to invite him. So we're like, oh, we're doing something on our own today, but maybe we can hang out the next day. Keep in mind, we literally just met each other 5 days ago. Tell me why this man in the group chat to all of us women sent a video of him screaming at the top of his lungs. It was like a demon was inside of him. I would show the video, but it's very traumatic and I don't want to do that to y'all. I'm still traumatized from it. It was so scary. His eyes were black. It looked like a demon was in him and he was screaming at the top of his lungs and he was like, you guys betrayed me. How could you do this? You let me down. It was like a demon was inside of him. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, cursing us out, saying, how dare you betray me? You guys didn't invite me. Mind you, this is all because we just wanted to have a girls' night without him. We didn't want to invite him. We just wanted a girls' night. We just met this man and he's verbally threatening us. We were scared. I got really bad vibes. My gut was immediately like, this man is dangerous. This is a very dangerous man. Do not be near him. The guy lived on the next street over. He knew where we lived. He was threatening us for no reason. I don't like to self-diagnose people, but to me, it seemed like he had some sort of personality disorder, manic disorder, manic? He had some sort of manic disorder, some sort of bipolar disorder. He has something going on. He was not okay. He was mentally unstable. After we got that message, we were terrified. We still go out. We still have our girls' night, but we received this message of this guy berating us and we're terrified. So we're looking over our shoulder because it's a small town. We were hoping he wasn't following us. He wasn't trying to come get us because girl, I literally felt like this man was going to unalive us. Long story short, we made it back home. We texted the principal. Something happened and we have something to tell you first thing. So we're gonna get to school an hour early so we can talk about it. Tell me why this man sends me over 50 text messages, 50 text messages. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Okay, hold on, because nah, I don't think y'all heard me. I'm so sorry for being dark and moody. You saved me. I'm ready to change. You're a leading light in my life. I'm thankful we met. Thank you for loving me. Don't fear me. I am love. I want to be different for you. Something you've never had. We're in this as a team. I adore you. I love you. You are my blessing. I will always love you. He blew up my phone. This is the same night because we didn't answer him when he sent us this video. He's texting me these messages, and by this time I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's literally blowing up my phone, telling me he adores me, he loves me, he wants to see me. I just met this man 5 days ago. I don't know this man. I send it to my friend. She's like, oh my god, this is crazy. Don't worry, we're gonna talk to the principal tomorrow. So the next morning, me and my friend, we go to the school an hour early to talk to the principal about this. We show her the video of him yelling at us, screaming at us, berating us, threatening our lives. We show that to her, and then I also show her the 50 million text messages he sent me saying how much he adores me, he loves me, all this weird shit. Hey y'all, okay, so editing Jordan here, a little different type of vibe. My legs! Editing Jordan is back. I forgot to say, he sent my friend videos of him doing the thing, of him pleasing himself, moaning, all of this stuff. He sent my friend sexual videos. And also, I forgot to say, when we first met him, literally the first day we met him, he trauma dumped on us. He spent hours talking about his trauma, talking about his past, everything he's been through. Like, I feel bad. He did go through a lot of stuff. The things he told us was traumatic, and we didn't even go through it. He treated us like his therapist, and he was just telling us some weird stuff. It sounded so crazy that it's like, is this even real? But then it sounded too crazy to not be real. He told us like he was a slave, and yeah, it got deep. He was insane.
Okay, back to the video.
We told her, we don't feel safe around this man. He is scaring us, he's threatening us. We do not feel safe. The principal, okay, the principal's like, oh my gosh, okay, I'll talk to him today. So we're thinking, okay, she's gonna talk to him and tell him, hey, you can't be in the program anymore. You can't be threatening our students. This is not gonna work, right? We're thinking that she's gonna tell him this goes against policy. You're no longer allowed to be in this program because it's literally her school. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's me again. I needed to add, the principal saw all of the videos. She saw the text messages he sent me. She saw the inappropriate sexual videos that he sent my friend. She saw the video of him yelling at us, screaming at us. She saw all the evidence. So it's not like, oh, we're just talking out of our booty. No, we provided evidence that she saw. Any normal human would know that this person is psycho and this person should not be around women. This whole situation was handled so poorly, especially for a woman. This is how you gonna treat other women? What happened to lifting other women up and protecting them and keeping them safe? She still could have said, yo, you need to leave.
Let me just paint the picture for you.
You have a business. Your students are young women. They come to you saying, hey, this guy in the class, you see that your students are scared of another guy in their class. If you're the principal of a school and a student told you, hey, this guy is harassing me, verbally abusing me, scaring me, making me feel unsafe, I literally feel like this man is going to threaten me and hurt me, the very next words you should be saying is, oh no, he is not going to be in the school anymore. I'm kicking him out. That's what she should have said. But instead she was like,
okay, well, I'm gonna talk to him, get his side of the story, and I'll let you know.
The guy finally arrives to school. The principal gets him really quick and says, hey, we need to have a talk. Please come meet me in my office. So they have a long conversation. We're waiting. Me and my friend are sitting in another room. We're like, okay, she's gonna kick him out of the school. It's not like, oh, he's annoying, he's super annoying. This man literally verbally threatened us, has been harassing us, and we feel unsafe.
We do not feel safe
in our environment. We're expecting that he's gonna leave, she's gonna kick him out, or tell him he needs to do school from home, whatever it is, do school on Zoom, but you can no longer be around the girls.
Tell me why.
Class finally starts. We go into the classroom, me and my friend, and the guy is there. I was like, there's no way she let him back in.
There's no way.
Me and my friend, we both looked at each other and we were terrified. We were so scared because not only did you let this guy stay, but this man now knows that we told on him about his behavior, and we're thinking he's literally gonna The teacher finally comes in the class and she starts her lesson. I was just so frustrated. I was so upset. I was so scared. I start to cry. Not because I was sad, but because
I was so frustrated
at the fact that this man was still allowed to be in the classroom. The teacher's like, oh, can you please go outside? As if me crying is, oh my God, how dare you show any emotion? If you're gonna cry, go do that outside. I was like, wow, okay. I'm bawling, I'm crying my eyes out. The principal comes inside the classroom, sees me crying, and she's like, oh, come, get your stuff, let's go. Let's go into this room, let's talk. She takes me to another room. What's wrong? Why are you crying? I'm like,
what's wrong?
Me and my friend just told you about this man and us feeling unsafe with him, and you're still letting him back in the classroom? She's like, I'm just gonna have you set up your computer in here and you can just do class on Zoom.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? You're gonna take me out of class? You're gonna have me do class on Zoom?
Are you kidding me?
She's like, oh yeah, I know you don't feel comfortable with him, so you can just stay here. I was like, why am I gonna be penalized for someone else threatening me? Isn't that what you should be telling him? And then she was like, oh, I spoke to him and he just started crying. He went on his knees. He is so sorry. He was so apologetic. I was like, this man is psycho. This man literally has multiple personalities or some bipolar-ish going on with him. This man is not okay. And you're gonna kick me out of the class? Are you? I was like, you're joking. Let's call my friend Sarah. Me and Sarah have told you that we feel unsafe around this man and you're gonna penalize me for that? Are you just gonna let him stay? Is he gonna get any repercussions? What's going on? What are you gonna do to rectify the situation? I was just at a loss because I could not believe that she
actually let this man stay.
Not only let this man stay, but let us feel like we were crazy. The only reason she let this man stay is because of the money. It's because she didn't want to lose out on her deposit. 3 people already dropped out of the class, so she was like, oh no, I'm not losing any more money, so this guy's gonna have to stay. I really don't care about their safety. I'm gonna just let this man stay regardless. I don't care about how they feel. I need to make my money. That was the vibe that she gave off. This is the 5th day I'm here. I still have 4 more weeks at the school. I already made my deposit, a non-refundable deposit. I already paid for the school. Now I'm finding out that I'm gonna have to go to school day in, day out with someone that I'm scared of. Me and my friend are scared for our life. We think this man is dangerous. He's psycho. Why would you, after we express our concern to you, do absolutely nothing? She did absolutely nothing.
She did absolutely nothing.
Long story short, later on our lunch break, me and Sarah met up and I told her everything. We were already frustrated because 1, the program itself was it was just so complicated. The teachers made the lesson plan so complicated. I love to teach, and after this program, I hated it so much. The idea of teaching, I just hated it. We had to continue going to school with this man that threatened us. In class, when we would have group activities, the teacher would be like, okay, you guys get into a group with him. We refused to work with him. We refused to get in a group activity with him. It was only me and Sarah. We continued to be partners. We told the teacher, listen, we are not doing any activities with this man. We do not feel safe with this man. Just imagine having to go to school. 1, having to go to school is as it is. Imagine having to go to school that you paid mad money for this. 2, you have to go to school with someone who has verbally threatened you, someone you're afraid of, and someone that you think is going to hurt you. That whole school, no one protected us. The guy eventually ended up leaving. The crazy thing is, come to find out, he didn't even sign up for the program. His dad had to sign him up. His dad signed up a 27-year-old boy for school. His dad did the whole application process. Oh, also, we found out that the school knew this man just got out of rehab. So the school knew this man was crazy. The school knew this man had some issues, and they still allowed him to be in the class all filled with women. They knew he was crazy, but because they just didn't want to lose out on their deposit, they didn't want to lose out on money, they let him stay. They did not care about our feelings. They didn't care about our safety. And what just upsets me so much is the fact that this is a school full of women. For another woman to see this, to know that, hey, the students that I have here, they feel threatened by this person. It's my job as a principal to rectify the situation and kick this guy out so my students feel comfortable. She didn't do that. She didn't care. She didn't care about our feelings. We were literally crying, taking turns going to the bathroom, bawling our eyes out every single day that we had to be there because of how uncomfortable we were, how unsafe we felt. It was horrible going to school. It was the worst thing ever. The guy eventually dropped out. His daddy came and picked him up, and it was just so weird. He eventually left. Now it's just 2 of us. Everybody dropped out and we couldn't get our money back. We wanted to drop out, but I already spent money on accommodations, housing,
food,
flight tickets. I had to pay for tuition. I had to pay everything out of pocket. I wasn't about to just give up and say, oh, I don't want to do this. Even though I didn't like how I was being treated, I'm gonna get my money's worth. I already paid money for this. Let me just hurry up, finish the program, get my certification, and dip.
finish everything and bounce.
Later on, I got sick. I ended up getting COVID. I just wasn't feeling well. There was this one time where I was teaching for the very first time and I was teaching kids and I was literally struggling. Like, you could tell I was struggling. I didn't know what to say. I needed help. The teacher who was supposed to be helping me, she was just sitting there, just watching me fail, watching me struggle with the kids. It was so awkward. I was in front of the class. I had messed up my activities. I was crying in front of the class of kids. And instead of the teacher coming up and taking the initiative to help me out or to guide me, she just sat there, watched me just make a fool of myself, watch me fail, watch me not know what I'm doing, not help me with the kids. You're teaching me. Your job is to teach me, not just sit there and watch me fumble and fall and do absolutely nothing. The program was horrible. There was a lot of construction going on, so every single minute you would just hear people drilling nails into the wall and hammering nails into the wall. It was constant construction day in, day out. So you had construction noise in your head 24/7. On top of that, you're dealing with teachers that aren't helping you. You're there for 9 hours a day. Then you have to teach for 2 hours. It was a horrible experience. There was nothing wrong with Costa Rica. I love the town. It was super cute. I did try to make the best of it, which is why in my vlogs, you guys will see I went on a dolphin excursion. I went to the beach every morning. I still tried to make the best of it because even though I was super happy to go to Costa Rica, within the first couple days, I went from here to here. I went from, I'm so happy to be here. Let's go. It's lit. It's my very first solo trip. I'm so happy to, okay, this is the worst trip I've ever been on. Me and my friend, it was just the 2 of us. We had to write it out. Even though we were crying literally every day, we were stressed every single day. The teachers were just, ugh. The whole management was just, ugh. They didn't support us. They didn't help us. They made us feel like we were just a nuisance. They didn't protect us. They didn't make us feel safe. The environment was, ugh. Everything about that, it was just so bad. I was originally just gonna write a review on Google on them, but they have so many good reviews that I was just like, you know what? Whatever, I'm gonna just make my own YouTube video on this and just speak my truth. And if anyone is researching, trying to see if y'all should take the same program I did, the Costa Rica Tefl program, do not do it, okay? Do another program, do another Tefl program in Costa Rica, but do not do the program that I did. This is a label right here. This is the one that I took. If you're considering doing Tefl in Costa Rica, do not, I repeat, do not do this program because they are just in it for the money. They do not care. I'm back. I forgot to say something else. The program itself was very overcomplicated and extremely rushed. They're really big on protecting their brand. What I must say, as a business, they're very good on marketing their brand well. They were always taking pictures of us and making sure we were smiling and just putting up a front, but they never wanted to say all the stuff that we went through. They never put that on their IG. They only put smiling faces and they only put up a front to make it look like we were having a good time because they wanted to save face. They try to make it seem like, oh, you can travel here, you can make friends, you can make money while traveling. It's a damn lie. Y'all don't care about your students, you only care about your money and protecting your brand and saving face. I know other people had different experiences and they loved it. I'm so happy for them. That's cool, that's great. I did not have that experience. Even when both of us passed, they didn't do anything. We went out for lunch, they couldn't pay for us. At the end of the day, I passed the program. Every single day, I was wishing to go home. I was crying every day. I was sick. I felt unsafe. The homestay I was staying in, it was nice, but I had paid extra for food to be prepared for me, and the food was just, I wasn't enjoying the food at all. I just felt like I wasted my time. I wasted my money. I wasted my PTO. I just felt like everything was a waste. Now looking back on it, I think definitely it taught me lessons. It taught me that things aren't always gonna go the way you want it to. You could have high hopes, but you just have to go with the flow. And that's what comes with solo traveling. Sometimes you could have high hopes and things just don't work out the way you thought it would, and that's okay. You just gotta roll with the punches, ride the waves, and keep it pushing. If you are considering solo travel, do not let my experience stop you, because
I love to travel.
this in no way, shape, or form is going to turn me off from traveling or make me feel like I'm never gonna do a solo trip again. Like, no. No one's gonna stop me from doing that. When you solo travel, you get to do things your way. You get to get up when you want, sleep in as long as you want, go to any excursion you want, go out when you want to, stay in when you want to. You ain't gotta worry about no drama. It's just you, and you get to do whatever you wanna do. As far as the town I was in Costa Rica, would I go back? Not to that town.
Not to that town.
I have too many bad memories there. When I tell you, that man scared me so much. Me and my friend, we stuck together all the time, but we would see him. We'd go to the restaurant, we'd see him at the restaurant, we'd see him here. He was everywhere. The town is so small, so you're bound to see each other. Being scared to go outside, being scared like, oh my God, is he gonna be there? Is he gonna do something? It just was not fun. I don't wanna say this to make y'all scared of solo traveling, because listen, at the end of the day, you can't control what happens to you. You just gotta go with the flow. Things aren't always gonna work out the way you want it to, but I'm back home, I'm alive, I'm blessed. I still got to go to Costa Rica. Not a lot of people can do that, especially at my age. I did what I needed to do, and I'm just gonna take the lessons and move on. Okay, skin. Okay, hair. Okay, face.